Hi, my name's Chris Davis from Engage Insight, and this whiteboard session is all about goal setting. When we're looking at goal setting from a strategic planning point of view, goals are really about the short term, they're about the 1 to 3 years. They're very specific, they're very focused, whereas objectives are all about the architecture of the business and can be slightly wider than the goals themselves. But it's very important that we put some strategy and structure around how we're setting these goals. And one acronym that works quite well is SMARTER goals. SMARTER stands for being very specific with your goal setting, so very highly focused on what you want to achieve, making sure that we can measure the goals, making sure that they're accurate, and related to that is achievable, which then builds in realism, making sure that they are realistic and that they are within a set time frame, they're time bound, so they get done. We've also added in here what we call ecological, which is all about emotion. So what emotions are ongoing as we're trying to meet these goals and building that in, because at the end of the day, human beings are emotional beings, and we need to factor in what effect those emotions are having us along the way. What we need to ensure as well is that we're keeping these goals reviewed on a regular basis to again track how we're doing as we go forward. One of the keys to building a goal is really to keep it highly focused on the big picture to start with, so which is looking at, for example, if you want a goal of entering a market at a certain time, take a look at the big picture, the blue sky of what you're trying to do and trying to achieve and what market share you want to go into, and then break it down accordingly. Break it down into specific areas about what your clients are saying and doing, or what your staff think about that particular goal. What you can then do is take a look at going down even further into things like what technology are you going to use to ensure that you're tracking your goal and it's going to be an effective goal, an efficient goal to make sure that you're going to achieve what you want to achieve. So my top tip for goal setting is really add a structure around it. It doesn't have to be smarter, it can be something that's you've worked and that's worked for you, but make sure that you've got a structure around it to keep it highly focused, to make sure that you're going to get those quick wins, which will build confidence for you and your team as you go forward.